Good morning. We are at the Donut Palace in Kingsville, Texas. We're going to shake it up a little bit with some donuts today. So I'm going to take you over there and show you what they have.
Yeah.
What's your thing? A small cup or the big cup?
Yeah, I guess small, too small.
Okay.
Ooh, they have sandwiches too, but
I think I'm gonna have that right there.
that's not sweet enough.
No,
for me.
that and one of these. Look at this, big old bear claw.
This is what I like.
Sugar right here.
The eclair. Oh, it all looks so good. So it's nice and quiet in here. Most people are going through the drive-through.
I want to have one of these kolaches down here.
I'm gonna go order.
So how big you want?
Yes.
Just one?
Yeah, I just want one of those.
Okay, just give it. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Just one of those, and then,
Okay.
what do I want? Go ahead, what do you want?
I want an eclair.
Okay.
And then, what are these three up here?
We got the custard fill, a raspberry fill, and a lemon.
6 chocolates, and then I go home now?
Raspberry.
I want the Bavarian cream and the eclair.
$13 more.
I've only been in here once, but it was delicious. And of course, when George worked at the police station, which is right down the street, they ordered from here a lot. They've got their little Easter decorations out.
Did you need a receipt, Bo?
And today is St. Patty's Day. That's why we have our green on.
So does that have? Is it a bag of bullets?
Golly.
I've got extras.
See? That napkin's it.
Here you go. What was it over here, Bo?
I got the small coffee.
2 of them.
And then I got the
Eclair,
Okay.
Bavarian cream filled donut.
Okay.
And those were extra. I don't know what those were. Donut holes.
Pardon me?
Where you from?
We're from the area.
Oh, okay.
We just have a YouTube channel that we've been.
So you got one sweet with the bear claw and the
She said that's an
kolache.
apple fritter,
Oh, an apple fritter.
but I wanted a big old kolache with that.
Y'all know what an eclair is, right?
These are so good, fresh, soft.
Soft. On this St. Patty's Day, it's cloudy, and they say the sun's going to come out. It's supposed to be about 85 degrees today.
She said your wife's so beautiful.
Dang. I didn't hear that.
And not my wife, my
That's what I
girlfriend.
was going to say.
My wife's at home.
We passed by El Tapatio #2 where we've eaten. where they had the 2 tacos for $2.75, and we drank coffee and got out of there for $5. I said, I guess the local men go by there for $3, get their coffee and breakfast, and their wife's probably saying, yeah, you go on down to the restaurant. He was saying, she's saying, yeah, bring me one home.
Well, this was $7, which ain't bad.
No.
Especially if something you really like.
Yep. Cream filled.
Is it? Oh, cream filled. I'll just say green. That'd been funny though.
So are we just buying groceries, or do we have to go to Harbor Freight or somewhere?
You have to think about that a minute. Gotta get that SD card for that trail camera.
Would you like to tell the folks?
Van Top sent us a trail cam to review for them. So I'm gonna have to get an SD card and put in it so I can test it.
Test it in the goat pen. If it works, maybe take it to the ranch.
Yeah. I'd like to take it out the ranch. Maybe I can get some nail guy on there and show y'all what nail guy look like.
Maybe even catch the male guy out there. That's an old joke if y'all watch Jason's Ranch Rescue.
Donut holes.
Today is Gooby and Sarge's birthday. Sarge was actually born on St. Patrick's Day. We know that for sure. We don't know the exact date of Goob's birth, but it was around the same time, so that's what we claim.
They were identical, same age, so we figured, we'll just celebrate both of them.
So they're our lucky leprechauns. If y'all haven't checked out our community post, there's some pictures of them on there when they were young.
I don't know if you're going to be able to eat all that.
570
It's
members.
just too early.
You want the board in the 70?
It's very dreary outside. Hey.
880.
Don't be doing that. You play at the table.
I'm not.
But yeah, it tried to rain yesterday.
I'll try this one.
Had the sprinkler going out the goat pen, and we went out to. Oh, what we had done is we had taken the babies, and took the triplets, Melanie and I did, down to Granny's house, and she loved that. She sat in her recliner and just held and hugged.
Smiled.
She said, I sure wished I could raise this one here.
Yeah, she would have liked to.
Yeah, of the three, the two females are doing really well. The little male is a little weak, but I mean he's going along. I've been trying to supplement feeding, and I mean he still gets around, and I saw him nursing, but he's just being the runt. He gets pushed around. put a piece of tape on his ear to try to fix his ear, or like a viewer had suggested.
Band-Aid you put.
Band-Aid.
That's what they said.
But I checked it yesterday afternoon and it was already off. So I guess he's just going to be Lollapalooza with this lop ear. Have me a sugar buzz.
Caffeine buzz and sugar buzz.
I thought it was a bear claw, but I guess it could be, but it's an apple fritter. Not bear claw.
There's a road in front of us. That's what we're looking at. Watching people ride by. This place is hopping through the drive-through. Every
Yeah.
time I turn around, there's somebody pulling in.
And contrary to some belief about cops and donuts, well, at least down here, we would rather eat those kolaches like I had a while ago. But we have had donuts brought to the PD. Lots of them.
And you do get the
Boxes and
kolaches
boxes
at a
and boxes.
bakery.
You know, these donut places that pack them all up and take them to the PD. Don't get me wrong, they would be eaten. But it's not like we're sitting over at the donut shop talking. And this would be typical. A pig, an ex-pig, or a retired pig
That's
eating
funny.
donuts.
Okay, so
She ain't gonna eat it.
half of the Bavarian cream and half of the eclair.
And that's all she can eat.
It may have to go.
And half a fritter and
To go, not go. It's not going in the trash, believe me.
two dog nuts.
But they will be eaten.
Donuts.
It's just early, or else I would have gobbled it all down, believe me. Yeah, Sarge and Goob are 12 years old, but they're really starting to show their age.
Especially Sarge.
Kind of arthritic. I bet when we get a refill, we can get a to-go box.
Okay, you feedback. Okay.
We're in Kingsville, and there's more restaurants than I thought there were. Every time I look around, there's another one we hadn't been to yet.
You want the board?
We were going to go to a different place to start with, but somebody forgot their mask at home, so we had to go to CVS and buy some. Went to CVS, and the pharmacist said, "You don't even need a mask."
Yeah, that's what the pharmacist says. So, you know, you don't really need to wear a mask. And I said, well, some businesses are still requiring it. So I asked him where they kept them. I was just going to buy a little pack of them. And he just walked out with one. He said, here.
He left his in the truck. So when we took the goats to Granny's house, we had them in a laundry basket, the triplets. And when we finished, we went to the post office, and one of the ladies at the post office had gotten Little Bit's brother to raise, and they came out and looked at the triplets in the basket. Oh, they loved them. The other postmasters, mistress or whatever they are, said, "I don't want baby goats, but my husband doesn't want me to have them.
He says, you don't understand. Animals, it's a lot of work.
And they are. And the baby goats are cute, but you gotta keep them, give them their shots and everything they need.
607.
Yes.
I got 2 small kolache with cheese, a dozen donut home, 1 filet donut, 1 fill, and a 1. $7.65.
I love bakeries. That's my favorite place. Do you have on your ring yet? If you don't, I'm going to beat you.
Thank you.
At our local Stripes, they sell Krispy Kreme donuts. And I don't know where they bring them from. Corpus Christi, I guess. And they're
I like
fresh.
to think in the morning. It's like really busy, like early Saturday. When everybody's going to school.
But yeah, we just, every Wednesday we go out and visit different places.
Want the 2 of them?
See the cute donut box?
Here, what else?
Pretty good with pretty good explaining
I can assure you that woman will be
He
wasted.
was a videographer. He used to travel around and
Can you hear him
do
talking
filming
about
for
Jason?
bands. Yeah, like
You want the eaters?
band called Blue October.
2 of them?
Maybe one day we'll be so popular the Kingsville restaurants will be calling us and, hey, come have breakfast over here.
So that's how he started. Then he went on his own, and then he decided what I'm going to do. And that's what he started.
Yeah. Right now there's a lot of people trying to make
Got it back? 1986.
There's a cop.
Not a cop at the donut shop.
But that's sheriff's department.
They're different.
It's a difference between a sheriff's department and PD.
Their buildings are right next to each other, but that's the only thing they have in common.
You know how it is.
Competition.
Sheriff's department versus a PD.
So we need to have a little technical talk between me and George. Y'all just pay attention if you want to. So I can interview them. Should I exit out and do a separate interview so I'll be able to actually see them well and then put the pieces together?
Yeah, easier that way.
Because the other way, I'm going to get to see them.
Right. Yeah, it'd be better.
I want to do the owners justice. And Mr. Nick Harold at Harold Drug Store, we had that last week.
There's a bacon.
Mr. Harold did a great job and probably would have given a great interview. I was just nervous and amateur. I'd like to go back one day and have a good interview with him, but on that video, if you wish to check it out, I put a link where the Texas Bucket List had interviewed him. That's a channel in Texas that goes around like we're doing basically, but they look at everything and they're professionals, not just restaurants, everything. So,
But yeah, Mr. Harold's a very, very informative individual. And
well, he's lived there all his life in Kingsville, and their family is always on the business, and he knows everybody.
but yeah,
Yes.
he said, he told me, he said, hey, if you ever want to look at old architectural stuff and paperwork and things like that, you know, that he'd be more than glad to show me.
That's nice to know, because if they don't share their information, of course he's probably not any older than us.
Mhm.
But if we don't share what we know about places, then the information will just be gone. Need to share it with the ones that care. Sharing is caring, right, Jason Crocker?
That spiral effect.
Yeah. So when we interview them, we'll see if they'll pull down their masks too.
I'm sure they will.
So we stopped at another restaurant. I told you then he didn't have his mask, but he said they also had the menu posted at the door and said you have to read the menu at the door because we're not putting the menus on the table. I'll be glad when we get back to normal.
Okay, so 3 bananas, 2 chocolates, 2 eclairs, 2 chocolate milk.
Well, now then they're starting to say Ron DeSantis in Florida made a bad decision on opening up his state. Said people going to school, less viruses. I think that's what they ought to do in the whole country.
On
Blueberry or plain?
a serious note, I just wanted to make y'all aware that my Uncle Leo is in heaven now. I had been asking for prayers for him. He started out with COVID and
Got over the COVID.
was in the hospital 2.5, 3 months.
Then he got the lung infection.
He was on the ventilator, and there were really in high hopes that he was going to get off the ventilator and go to a rehab place, but it didn't happen. And the whole family are Christians. They believe that he is with the Lord. That's what I believe. And
Okay. Have a good day.
No more suffering, that's for sure.
and if they say, heaven gained another angel, they gained a good one in him.
Yeah, Uncle Leo.
He's a sweetheart. So say hey to Mom up there in heaven, Uncle Leo, for me.
And my dad.
He didn't know your dad before, but he does now. They're probably big buds up there. What, you old Melanie's uncle? I got along good with George's dad.
Yeah, his first words to her
Oh, y'all.
was funny.
You want me to say it? I walked up to the man the first time I ever met him. Of course, we were already married, y'all. And, yeah, we married without telling nobody. Can you believe that?
Hey, sometimes that's the way it works.
Anyway, I walked up. Hello. He goes, well, hello there, shit ass.
Yeah.
I'm going, okie dokie there.
Yeah, well, hello there, little shit ass. And she just cracked up. He cracks up. And then ever since that day, you couldn't hardly separate them.
No, but he didn't live very long. He lived. Jason and Jared were 18 months old. We'd been married 5 years when we had Matt. So I only got to be around him about 6.5 years before
10
he passed
years.
away. No, not
78 to 88.
10. I can't do math.
She don't do no ciphering, I tell you.
No, when I was in that school district, I helped them young ones with reading, not arithmetic, if you know what I mean.
Dear, 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 dear. But she got all of her teeth.
I do. Big ones. And everybody loves Granny. Yes, I got along with Granny,
Oh,
but
yeah.
not everybody got along with Pop, and I did.
Yeah, she was his favorite, I tell you.
Well, you can't be saying that. Some of your relatives
It
might be
don't
watching.
matter. I'm just telling you. Truth is truth.
He's gone. He can't.
Yeah, he
he
can't.
can't approve or deny that comment.
But I think it's true. But yeah, they got along really good.
So we got married when I was 19 and he was 21, and we've been married 42 years. But his brother Vern, which if y'all been watching, has the cows out at the ranch and stuff. He and his wife, they're 4 years older than us, or she's 4 years older than me, and they got married when she was 19. They've only been married 4 years longer than us, and she's 4 years older than me, or he is.
Thereabouts, anyway.
I don't even know where I was going with that, except they've been
She
married a
still
long
can't
time
decipher.
Oh. Did they ever date anybody else? They dated through high school, right?
We saw white, right?
But they did date other people too.
And I have a white.
I'm I'm watching an old show on television on Start TV, whatever the world that is. That's the channel name. It's called Any Day Now, and it was in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, 969.
And where was I going with that?
I don't know.
Still early, and the caffeine hadn't kicked in. I can't keep my thoughts together. Any Day Now. Oh, I know what I was going to say. In the show, Mary Elizabeth and Collier met when they were 10 years old and fell in love and never dated anybody else. Married for the length of the show. I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of good that we knew other people before we had to know other people. We didn't live in the same state.
Blue and a white.
I'm going to enjoy this cup of coffee, and then we're going to interview the staff.
We do a half dozen, 3 chocolate and 3
Do a pretty good business
Do you
here.
want the 3 and 3?
Especially drive-through. Just have a line of cars.
We actually have another bakery in town that's a drive-through, but I don't believe you can eat inside.
No.
So we won't be going there.
They do a lot of business too.
They were the original. This place has not been here as long. But it's been here a long time.
We used to have a Dixie Cream here.
Here?
Down there where this side of ACB, right across from the car wash, that corner where that store is, used to be a Dixie Cream.
Growing up in Atmore, Alabama, we had Krispy Kreme in Pensacola, Florida, which was an hour away. And I can remember when I was in the 7th grade in band, the band director or whatever would go like at 5 o'clock in the morning to Pensacola, pick up all those fresh Krispy Kreme donuts, bring them back to Atmore to the band, and we had to go knock door to door at 8 o'clock in the morning selling fresh Krispy Kreme donuts. Hey, people bought them, man. They flew off the...
Whenever I was in high school,
You went to high school?
yeah.
Oh, wait a
Joe
minute.
Bob.
I'm sorry, I got confused there for a minute.
Joe Bob only went to the 6th grade.
Well, it's better no. Our boys, Daryl, or their boys, Dale and Daryl and Daryl.
And no, they didn't even finish kindergarten.
Yeah, Daryl with one
Well-
R and one leg finished first grade.
Yeah.
He's educated. Now go ahead.
Anyway,
When you were in high school,
yeah.
I only have
We,
one old fashioned.
back then they had driver's ed,
One old fashioned.
and
we did too.
they had a car where it had 2 steering wheels and 2 brakes in it, stuff like that. That's how far back that was.
Comment below if you had driver's ed like that.
And my teacher, his name was David Biederman,
Is that okay?
and
He was a coach.
yes,
My driver's ed teacher was a coach too.
and anyway, he
Old fashioned.
would come by about 6 o'clock in the morning and pick up people to go drive. And there was, the 3 of us plus him. Those the 2 were in the back seat. And, well, I was one of them in the back seat because I knew that every morning, because we'd drive into Kingsville, and we had a Dunkin' Donuts down there where Taco Bell is.
Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, had a Dunkin' Donut place. And I knew the first thing he did is he would have the first driver drive into Kingsville, drive through the Dunkin' Donuts, go in and get his donuts, come back out, and the driver couldn't eat, but everybody else could get donuts and eat. And so that's why you always knew you weren't going to be the first driver.
Thank you.
We'd always say, no, I'm not driving. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Because we knew every morning.
Well, when I took driver's ed, it was with a coach, and we didn't take it before school. It was just during school. I don't know how we got our driver's time in, but that's what we did. And he took us by his house, and his wife had brownies made. So all coaches think alike, that's for sure. Give them some food, and they're happy to go. I'm sorry if I offended any coaches.
$1.50.
But yeah, it was funny. We all knew, oh man, today's your day to drive.
I was scared to death when I took driver's ed because I'd never even driven before, and so, never driven before, and so I was scared, and I told Mom and Daddy, I said, I don't want to get in that car, I've never even driven, I don't know what to do, and so Daddy took me out, and he was extremely patient. Mama couldn't take it, she was, Daddy, he would always, even when he would come over here and visit, he would say, "You're a good driver."
Yeah.
Or when I would go visit him and drive him, I think it was just because I was driving, he didn't have to. But
They both made me nervous. Her and her dad.
well, like
Sit
teacher,
over there,
like
just
learner.
clench my neck.
I never really liked to drive. I just was always nervous about it, so I don't really miss it now that I can't.
Well, it's weird when she used to drive.
You won't be telling ugly
be nervous
stories.
as all get out.
I know, don't tell. About me looking around. Don't tell. Y'all saw me drive the tractor. I drove the car the same way.
Man, it scared me to death. I say, she just put her blinker on and then start turning and then turn her head.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait, hey, you gotta look first, then turn your blinker on.
And listen, the story gets even better. When Matt was in high school, he had driver's ed with the same coach that he had, Mr. Biederman. But when Jason and Jared came around, they had quit doing driver's ed in school. And so you either had to go pay, like they would have to come to Kingsville and pay somebody to teach them to drive or take classes, or all the parents did it.
So we had to do it.
And there wasn't no we took, because he was working all the time. So the bad driver here was the one that taught Jason and Jared how to drive. And we had a minivan, and that was the vehicle that Jason and Jared got as their first vehicle, was the Green Machine minivan. And they had to study the books and all to take the test, but they had to have so many driving hours, and we'd write it down every time I'd take them out driving. We'd drive around in the sticks, out in Riviera and stuff. And I mean, they both drive around in Dallas. They must have learned something.
How to bounce off of things.
I'm bouncing off the wall from the caffeine, but let's tell one more story of Jason. He had a Hyundai Elantra. We had bought them all used cars, got very good deals on them, and the cars weren't good enough for them. They wanted
They
to
were
jack them up and
cute
put the
cars.
underlights underneath them, or what do they call that? Underglow, or
Yeah, something. They put the lights on.
and the bumper guards or bump guards. What are those things called?
They just modified the
Big time
bumpers and the
modified.
rear end and everything. Made them look like little speed demon cars, but
So Jason's car was real cute, and I'll post a picture of that on our community tab. Anyway, he was in the Riviera area driving around, and his wheel fell off, y'all. His tire fell off, and I don't even remember how he got it back to the house. Do you?
yeah, record truck, and it didn't crack.
Yes.
It didn't hurt anything. It's just the wheel fell off, and So the record service went down there and picked it up. And when they did, pulling it up on the thing, it just crunched the
Oh,
whole front end of his car up.
poor kid. And then that wasn't it. One time he was in Kingsville, and it was like at nighttime, I don't know if it was midnight or what, and he was coming home, and it was on the highway. The dang tire fell off again. I don't know if it was the same one, but the tire fell off the car. And it was right across the highway line from people we knew, but it was late at night, and he didn't want to go knock on the door. So he walked all the way home. It was probably 5 miles. I don't know.
No, somebody picked him up, didn't they? He was walking or something.
Gosh,
They
I
picked him
don't
up,
know.
brought him home.
But that kid's lucky to be alive, y'all. Twice his tire fell off while he was riding down the road.
And now then he's wanting to run on one tire on that motorcycle. That front tire probably fall off, and he'll be in trouble.
So Jason, y'all probably don't watch our stuff, but if you do, Jason, you be real careful. Now, tell y'all what, let's say our sign off, and then we're going to do our interview with them, so maybe they'll unmask and show their face. If you like our channel and you like seeing us eat breakfast, please subscribe, like the video, comment below, and share. We love hearing from y'all, and happy St. Patrick's Day. May the luck of the Irish be with you.
Right.
We're here at the Donut Palace with the owner. Would you like to tell us your name?
My name is Paula.
Paula. Hi,
Nice
Paula.
to meet you, Paula.
How long have you owned the Donut Palace?
I've been here like 6 years.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We love it.
Thank you.
Seemed like you did a lot of business. See all the cars going through the drive-through, and
Yeah.
did a lot of drive-through business. So
Now, what's your name?
My name is Destiny.
Hi, Destiny. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So what made you decide to open a donut shop?
It's just like the family, family business. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Where are y'all originally from?
I'm from Cambodia.
Cambodia?
Oh,
Well,
how
that's
long have
great.
you been in the States?
I've been like almost like 15 years.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's great.
awesome.
That's great. Your whole family?
Yeah, my mom live here, but my dad passed away. So
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's great.
yeah,
How long have you been in Kingsville?
like 6 years.
6 years here?
Yeah, I used to live in Tennessee.
Oh, wow. Okay. Tennessee.
Yeah.
Quite a difference between Tennessee and down here. Isn't
Yeah, it's the weather. The weather
Yes.
is different.
That and the scenery, mountains, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty up there in Tennessee.
You have
But-
any other workers that need to be on YouTube or no? Just the two of you?
It's my husband.
Oh,
Well,
that's
get-
your
get
husband?
Yeah, he's a baker.
Yeah, go
but-
tell him. I didn't know that was her husband.
Yes.
So it's just you three work here, or?
Yes. My mom is usually here, but she's here like every so often.
And how long have you been working here?
I'd say since September of last year.
Oh, that's good. Well, what a great place to work with all of this
It really
yummies.
is. It's a really easy job. Make chips.
Oh, that's
Make a lot of
awesome.
chips.
So,
That's awesome.
have you gotten sick of eating donuts?
I mean, I'm not a big donut person. For someone who works at a donut palace, I'm not a big donut person.
That's probably
I
a good
prefer-
thing.
I prefer the kolaches.
Yeah, me too.
They're my favorite.
Yeah. There he is.
Well, hello there, sir. We just wanted to say hello to you and tell you how
Yeah.
much we love your donut palace.
And what is your name?
Liwa.
Levi?
No,
Huh?
Liwa.
Liwa.
Yeah.
Levi.
Liwa.
Liwa.
Yes.
Okay,
Got it.
Liwa. Okay. All right. So, and you're from Cambodia.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did you meet her?
Like friend to friend.
California.
In California.
Oh, y'all traveled all around then.
Yeah, we all from
Oh,
California.
hey, there's another one.
There's
back there.
somebody else hiding.
This is
Come
my
take
mom.
your mask
Your
off.
mom. Well, come
Oh,
over here.
come here. She's too shy. That's
She
so
doesn't speak English.
sweet.
It's okay. Just tell her to say hi.
Yeah, just
And her name?
Narin. Narin.
hello.
Nadine?
Yeah.
Narin To. You can.
Narin To?
To.
Nadine.
Hi.
Aw.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. We appreciate y'all talking to us so much. We love your shop. Everything
Thank
was
you.
delicious.
Thank you.
I couldn't eat it all, but believe me, I'm taking it home to finish.
She loves sweets. But,
Are you living in the town?
yeah, we live in a little community just south of here. But we, like I said, we travel around, travel around. When we come to Kingsville, we'll go to different places and stuff, but like in Corpus or anywhere else. But yeah, we've been doing this for a little over a year, and it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I'd imagine.
Well, especially if you have to do a lot of editing, putting all the parts together. It takes a while to do that, but
Well, we thank y'all so much for letting us talk to y'all, and we enjoyed it.
we'll be back though.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.
you.